Can you tell us a bit about what graphene is used for?
Sure. At the moment, commercially available graphene is available as powders or dispersions in water, usually, or some other solvents. So lots of little bits of graphene in essence, but you can still do amazing things with it. So if you take graphene powder, you can add it to rubber tyres, for example. It increases the stickiness of the tyre, so it makes it grab the ground better. It increases the wear resistance, which means the tyres will last longer. And some people are even claiming that it'll actually give you increased fuel consumption as well. It's pretty good, isn't it? You can also add graphene to composite materials. So things like carbon fibre composites, they're made of strands of carbon fibre, and then there's an epoxy resin which glues everything together. If you add graphene into that resin and disperse it, then it increases the strength of the composite and also increases its resistance to impact, so it can take more of an impact before it shatters. And this is being used to make racing cars that are 30% lighter for the same amount of strength. So you can imagine the advantages you get there. There's companies in Italy at the moment looking at adding graphene to roads, so putting it in asphalt roads, and the hope is that if these trials are successful, we'll end up with a relatively cheap additive you could put in to make our roads last longer so they don't have to be dug up as much. Wouldn't that be a joy? You can also get graphene and turn it into graphene oxide. So basically you're adding oxygen and hydrogen. It's a little bit like an analogy with iron. You can make iron rust, except when graphene sort of rusts, it stays as strong. But the graphene oxide interacts more with body tissues. So if you put this into bandages and materials for wound management, it'll make wounds heal faster. Also, researchers are finding that you can lay trails of graphene oxide and human nerve fibres will grow along those trails. So can you imagine what that might do for, say, victims of spinal injury in the future? There are amazing things to come with graphene oxide and its associated materials.